Right, hello everybody. This is episode 8, I think, if I've counted correctly anyway, of my LOTRO Warden Series. I am Fibro Jedi, aka LOTRO Family. At the end of the last one, I said, oh, let's look at the new gambit that we think we've got, and then totally forgot to do exactly that. So let's start by looking at the gambit that we got given at the end of... when we leveled to level 13. So I went into my gambits panel, and the only new one that I noticed, and I'll have a look at one of the others as well that caught my attention as we were questing last time, is Warcry here. So this appeared in what I think was before a failed gambit combination. So this time, Warcry is triggered by a taunt, at least a taunt at this level. We may well get other abilities that trigger the same sequence later. A taunt at this level, and then a shield bash at this level as well. So if you do a taunt followed by a shield bash, you get the Warcry gambit here, which is a shout. There's a surprise. Dealing light damage that grants an evade bonus to the Warden as well. Oh, fab. Okay. So, and then it's first in the Warcry gambit chain. We'll have fun with chains later, I suspect. But yeah, you see here we get 16 light damage initially. Then 16 light damage every 4 seconds for 16 seconds. But we then get a buff to our evade rating of, at level 13, plus 101. Not just 100, no, 101 extra points to evade rating. Now then, that is in one sense very similar to Goad, but it's better than Goad, because Goad gives you the light damage initially and light damage over time, but the Warcry gives you the evade rating, which your two Goads do not. The other thing that caught my attention during the last episode was this precise blow, which I think has likely been available all the time I've been running this Warden. But because I've not been great at using more of the offensive abilities, I've not noticed it. Pardon me. So, precise blow here. Apart from giving 23 to 34 common damage, again you get your 16 light damage initially, and then 16 every 4 seconds. So actually that is, and that one's a taunt followed by a quick thrust. There we go, a quick thrust. Whereas doing it the opposite way around, a quick thrust followed by a taunt gives a couple of damaging attacks straight off, and then the target is drained by 9 morale. The attacker, i.e. you, gains 9 morale, and then that repeats itself every 4 seconds for 16 seconds. So you can... There's a Lawmaster skill as well, whereby you are pulling life force away from your enemy and using it to heal the caster, and this seems like a melee version of that. It's not that you're not necessarily draining it, well you might be, but you gain healing of 9 morale every 4 seconds for 16 seconds. So that's good to know. So we need to try occasionally the Warcry, which is the taunt plus the shield bash. And also I'd like to try this offensive strike a little bit more, so that's a quick thrust followed by a taunt. So we're going to pick up the epic now. We've done, in the last episode we did a small fellowship quest slightly over level, and then a fellowship quest pretty much on level alone with no problem at all. So let's pick up, we're bringing Golfinbull's skull, lovely, to the Matham house. I wonder what he'll think of that.
How do you do?
What did you say it was? Golfinbull's skull? My goodness! This is a very significant find, Lamuna, even if it does make for a rather unpleasant Matham. This is a bit of a strange coincidence, though, for Golfinbull's skull to appear on this particular day. I was consulted about Bullroarer's club just a few hours ago. Dun dun dun. Right. We don't really need any of that, so let's take, yeah, no, haha. Let's just take that.
Stay and have some tea.
Have you met Bounder Primstone? Yes, at least once, probably twice now. Runs the watch house up at Brocken Borings. He came by a few hours ago and asked to borrow Bull Roarer's club. Normally I don't lend things out, since I like folk to visit the Matham house if they're interested in seeing something, but Primrose is very dependable. Some of the young hobbits up at Brocken Borings have expressed an interest in the Battle of Greenfields, apparently, and Primrose wanted to show them the club Bull Roarer used to knock off the head of Golfinbull. If you think it should be brought back to keep Golfinbull's skull company, you should mention it to him at the watch house in Brocken Borings. Right. So, the club has been taken by our dear watcher. Right, so we have to travel all the way back now to Brocken Borings. Get my own bearings. So we'll carry on developing the epic story during this series, and at the end of this episode I will go away and do some of the Shire quests and deeds, which might end up adding a level or so, but that's no massive issue. What I'll do is, if I end up gaining abilities, I will try not to level beyond that, so that we're still learning together and I'm not picking up anything new outside of these videos, so it is a genuine, we're learning this together. Oh, the last episode was totally at night time, and this one, it's a rainy day in the Shire. Yay for weather. Okay. I probably should have taken the taxi, it doesn't matter. I need to go back up to Rushock Bog anyway to finish off the Slug Slayer deed. Lovely. There is a quest in, let me think, Overhill? I think Overhill has a quest where you have to get drams of slug slime. Nom. A dram where I come from means a nice, healthy, if that's the right word, glass of whiskey. But it's not where I come from, it's where I live. So the idea of getting a dram of slug slime is pretty gross. Right, I will get the taxi here just to save my hands. So, Brocken Borings, please. Go. I don't know. How do you do? The taxi got confused by somebody on the bridge. Go figure. I'll finish off my tea. I will aim to have both these episodes uploaded by Saturday. Hopefully. Have to check them over. I don't want to end with a situation where I thought, oh no, I've lost everything from these recordings, what do I do now? Thankfully I've started another Hobbit Warden somewhere, so if I did lose anything, then I can catch it back up. Just trying to hold back. I'm enjoying Warden so much, I'm just trying to hold back from playing more content than Lamuna here has. Not particularly in need of the wood nodes being shown to me. Okay, so we're nearly at Brocken Borings. And we'll find out what that Hobbit wanted with Golfinbull's club. Yay. Right, is this the watch house? Yeah, watch office. It's office. Very official sounding, very Hobbit. Hello, Bounder
Good
Primstone.
day.
Lamuna, you caught me at a bad time, I'm afraid. I was just about to step out. Oh, all right. Yes, I borrowed Bull Roarer's club, and I'm sorry I had to lie to Brombard about it, but if Golfinbull really has come back to life, this club is the only thing that might scare him out of the Shire, don't you think? I'm going to that goblin camp you found, and to get to the bottom of all this once and for all. No, I don't want you coming along. You can tell that Hunter Halros that I'll have taken care of the goblins soon, if you like. He deserves some thanks for finding those camps. Uh-huh. So you know the number of goblins that are up there, right, Mr. Bounder? Got a slight lag on the recording here. Should still be able to get everything conveyed. Coolio. I need to go see that ranger again. I don't. Where are we at in terms of the Goblin Slayer deed in the Shire? Oh, we've not even started it, really. That's okay. Oh, ash. I do need ash branches, however. Just grab them. You've always got to be thinking of multiple things, I think, while playing LOTRO. So, if nothing else, these videos will be representative of gameplay. Right, so let's go and see our dear ranger.
How can I be of service?
Primstone is journeying to the goblin camp. That brave little fool. Does he think that Banderbrust won the Battle of Greenfields by himself? Bull Roarer may have knocked off Golfinbull's head, but many hobbits lost their lives at that battle, and their names are no longer remembered.
What do you need?
I've learned something of our enemy. Lubach, the leader of these goblins, is under the sway of a man from the north, from Angmar, I believe. It was long thought that none of that people still dwelt in the north, but it seems they have returned. I do not know what lies this man of Angmar told to Lubach, but he has convinced him that he is the heir of Golfinbull, and he must fulfill Golfinbull's ambition, the domination of the Shire. We must not delay, Lamuna. We need to rescue Bounder Primstone. I will seek out some of my kindred and meet you inside the goblin encampment to the northwest. Look for the cave entrance inside the camp. If the hobbit is alive, he will surely be within the cave, seeking Lubach. Right. We have no fear of running quests on level anymore. Right, good. What's the aggressive wildlife in this area? Oh yeah, the badgers. Big sturdy bears and fierce wolves, and watch those badgers, they'll nip your ankles. Right, okay. Badgers aside. Time to plough through a goblin camp and try to rescue a rather foolish hobbit. Right. No point being on this anymore. We need the Goblin Slayer deed. So let's go and slay some goblins. Oh, I didn't know I'd done 2 taunts. Need to remember that. It was taunt plus a thrust. Yes, that one is the one that drained life out and healed the caster, for want of, better wording. You're not really casting anything, are you? You're just stabbing. Point, stab, run! Right, I need to make sure he's heading towards... Yeah, that way. At least heading towards the quest objective, rather than just randomly running around screaming. Taunt, quick thrust. Ugh, did that sort of auto attack there? Taunt, quick thrust. That one there. Taunt, taunt. Ooh. Ah, that animation reminded me of the Guardian one. It might actually be correct. Okay. The screaming of the goblins still makes me laugh, especially when they go down and they're still screaming while being very much, you know, dead. Always netted me down. Let me go! Right, let's take on a group of 3 goblins, shall we? Just, you know, for the heck of it. Mostly because we can. Okay, took a bit of damage because I forgot my healing gambit. Never a good idea. But I am not worried about taking on groups of mobs pretty much on level, which is good. That's not been true since... Is that the war cry? Yes. Of course I can't use it, but goad plus shield bash. I need to remember that. So goad plus shield bash. Oh, I didn't do what I was hoping. Let's try again. Wrong way round, but that's okay because we get impressive flourish there anyway. Kick a goblin. Yeah. Kick a goblin. Now you die. Goad plus a shield bash gives war cry. Whereas goad plus a quick... oh, that was too quick. Goad plus a quick thrust gives us that one. Ah, but I don't gain the healing, I don't think. No, I wonder if it only happens while the mob is still alive, which would make a lot of sense. So if I go goad plus a shield bash... Oh, something else happened there. Alright, goad, shield bash. No, that's the war cry. It's goad. More war cry. Goad plus quick thrust is that one. That seemed to work. Yeah, okay. Have we just done the Goblin Slayer? Goblin Slayer level 1 at least. Protector of the Shire. Such a long title. Right. Let's not do the whole thing on video, but we do need to come into here.
The goblins of Mount Graham have never forgotten their defeat at the hands of the Shire folk, and revenge has brought them hither once more.
Whoopee! Right. So we're trying to rescue Bounder Primstone. Yeah, being able to heal while also being able to heal at the same time, at the same ratio that your foe loses health is actually very handy. Yeah, I think that one where you gain while your opponent loses doesn't carry on while after your opponent has died. Whereas your heal over time does. May as well take out as many as possible for loot and for the Slayer Deed, at least because these are not shared mobs, so you may as well. See, although I've got 3 or 4 times the health of these goblins, they still take a little bit of effort to take down. Love the survivability. Would also be great if I could see what I was doing. There we go. Not doing badly, despite the on-level nature of the goblins we're fighting here. Okay, I thought I was done for...
It's been a foul day, it has.
Do you reckon? I found the goblins, Lamuna. They didn't much care for Bull Roarer's Club, and took it from me without much trouble. Their leader is a goblin called Lubach. We've got to get rid of this Lubach fellow. He might not be Golfinbull, but I reckon he's just as bad. My wounds look worse than they are. I'll come with you. Just give me half a moment. Okay, I'm ready. Let's get rid of this Lubach fellow. Always such a nice terminology. Okay, at least I've got assistance, I suppose. I always have this problem with NPC companions. They just do this random running away, and then they eventually come back. Oop. Goblin was already dead before I could put my gambit in there. Come back! Brimstone, this way. Here we go. I'm surprised you made it here, but you won't leave. Throw down your weapons. You cannot hope to stand against me. You reckon? We've got his minions to deal with first. You can do that war cry from quite a distance. You can't out-heal me. Look, it's that Halros fellow! Oh, I'm feeling a bit lightheaded. My wounds. You have my apologies, Lamuna. I hoped to arrive before you joined in the battle with Lubach, but I saw something that diverted my attention, which slowed my progress through the cave. One of the goblins, a rank creature of little prowess, had gotten his hands on Bullroarer's club. He was trying to escape the cave with it, and I have no doubt Lubach's wrath would have been great when he found it gone. We saved him the trouble of his anger, though it will be little consolation to him now. I have recovered the club, and will return it to Primstone when I have delivered him safely to the watch house in Brocken Borings. You have done well to stop this threat, Lamuna, but something about this affair troubles me. Come to my camp in a short while, and we can discuss these matters in the open.
What do you need?
Saruman's treachery has delayed me too long. I can only hope that Frodo and Sam have left the Shire. Without my aid, their road will be a perilous one. Frodo must rely upon the Rangers and your prowess to see him to the end.
There we go, because we're following the epic, we will get those mini cutscenes periodically. Okay. Also, it'd be nice to get my frames per second back under control.
What do you need?
You are made of stern stuff indeed, Lamuna, and the Shire has been saved through your efforts, but this is a joyless victory. Lubach spoke of Eogan, the master of Angmar that planted the seeds of conquest in his mind. But of this man there was no sign. Where did he go, and for what purpose? Did he abandon Lubach out of sudden necessity, or was that his plan from the beginning? And what has become of my kindred? Normally they keep a close watch on these lands, but of them now there is no sign. This riddle is broader than the Shire, Lamuna. Oh look, we craft our own javelin, but this one is actually slightly better. We might take the javelin, unless there's a shield option. Or a spear option there isn't. So let's take the javelin, although I might not equip it because I like the physical mitigation of the one I've got. Okay.
What do you need?
And then this means the epic brings us nicely to the end of the Shire. I do not know what fate has befallen my kindred, but I fear for them. I fear too for the continued safety of the Shire, for I am but one man, and cannot stand alone against the dangers that even now crouch on the borders. I at last received word that the captain of my people is at the Prancing Pony, an inn of Bree. I would ask you to speak to him at once, and tell him what has happened here. He must know that Eogan is somewhere in the wild, and the rest of our peoples must be in danger. Go, Lamuna, travel east across the Brandywine River into Breeland, and find my chieftain. The man you wish to speak with is named Butterbur, the owner of the Prancing Pony. He will know my captain by the name of Strider. Hurry, for the Shire may well be unprotected. And so we finish the epic in the Shire. And reached level 14. And gained a new ability or two. Okay, let's have a look at this then. So, not really fussed about titles at this point. I'll sift through that later. So, what are our new abilities then? We've got Forced March, boosts non-combat movement speed, plus 38% out of combat run speed, lasting... This skill deactivates when entering combat. Plus 38%. Has a cooldown of 1.5 seconds. How long does it last? Let's have a quick look, because we have a pocket item that will expire when we hit level 15. That we picked up for the tokens. If I put Forced March on... does it just last indefinitely? That puts the hunters find the path a bit to shame at the start. Okay. I'm not seeing it has a cooldown. It might not have a cooldown. Okay. But we might not want that on all the time because that's a little bit too too fast for just randomly wandering around. And what's this other one we've got here? Careful step. Move in stealth briefly and facilitates the ability to ambush. So let's pop this up here because ambush is here. So if you go into careful step, which has a cooldown of 3 minutes. While sneaking, you may maneuver around many monsters undetected. However, observant monsters may detect you if you get too close. Keeping out of a monster's line of sight will help you stay hidden. You will also stop sneaking if you attack a foe or interact with NPCs or items. It also didn't last very long. So yeah, looks like you've got to use that pretty quickly. It's not like Hobbit stealth that you can use until you're detected, which is helpful to know. Okay, I'm just popping over here because I think these might be ash branches. Yes, they are. Okay. So they're the new abilities. Now, based on the last level suddenly giving us a gambit we hadn't expected, have we gained any more gambits? Nothing under assailment, nothing new under determination, and nothing new under recklessness. Okay, so level 14 is no new gambits, which is good because we need to learn the others anyway. Right, so what shall we do? We're not going to go to breed just yet. So let's just let's just run through some of the other gambits to finish this one off, and then we can pick this up when I level to 15 again. So the War Cry improves your evade rating. So War Cry was a goad plus a thrust, and apart from us getting a minor fright, a warden skill, yeah, you get plus 6% their evade rating, parry and block. So that's the War Cry one, which I'm just going to double check I did because I was watching my buffs rather than the gambit panel, which is probably not wise. So it was taunt plus a quick thrust. Quick thrust. No, I did it the wrong way round. Is it taunt plus... getting my fingers muddled up again. Not a badger, that one's going to hit points. How about a wolf? I think it was supposed to be taunt plus shield bash. Taunt, shield bash is War Cry. Yes. There we go. New deed, Enmity of the Wolves. This is quite a lot, isn't it? Oh, it's only 50. Stoop for a stone. I've never found a use for stoop for a stone. Right, so that was taunt plus shield bash. What was I actually triggering? The taunt, taunt plus was a precise blow. That's the extra, that's just light damage stuff. And then, which one was the draining ability? Attack plus goad. Okay, I think I've been doing that the wrong way round. Attack plus goad leads to that. There. I didn't see incoming healing. Maybe it doesn't class as healing. It just buffs your healing. So to do that one, that was attack plus goad, not the other way around. Attack plus goad leads to that one. So if I back away, you can see he... Oh, although it doesn't help when you auto-attack with a spear, but the bear's health was reducing. Apologies to any Bjornings watching. So there we go. So that was that. So that was the... Get it the right way around. Oh, I'm being attacked by a wolf. Let's just deal with him. There we go. That goat is my goat. That's not an enemy. So skills, gambits. If you just did this precise blow, which I was doing, so I was thinking it was something else. So if you do the goad plus the strike, sorry, the taunt plus the strike, it just does the light damage, which is now up to 17 initially and 17 every 4 seconds. The reverse of that, the strike plus the taunt, does some initial normal damage, but then it's drained of 10 morale every 4 seconds, but you gain 10 morale. But it doesn't classify it as healing, which is interesting. So that's... I've just done the boot. Strike. Taunt. That's the one I'm looking at. So I gained health, but it didn't come in as green healing lights. Okay. So I think I'll just leave that there for this shorter episode. We finished the epic in the Shire, and we will be moving on to Bree for the epic. What I will do is I'll stay in the Shire myself. If I end up leveling and gaining abilities in the process, then I will make sure I start recording after that point, so that nothing is left off YouTube that should be on it. So I'm going to head off now, get another drink because I need one, and just go and quest in the Shire for a bit on Lamuna. So thank you so much for watching. Please do keep an eye on me on Twitter for at FibroJedi and at LOTRO Family, and if you don't already, I'd really appreciate it if you could subscribe to the YouTube channel to be kept up to date when I add new stuff. Thank you very much. Enjoy whatever day you are particularly on you're watching this, and I hope to catch you soon. Take care. Bye.